Hello everyone, you're welcome. Easy Forex here. Today is a Thursday. We are in the evening here in Ghana. Um the time is around 9 p.m. exactly. And we are looking at the markets, all right, synthetic markets to see how the trading day has been. All right. So beginning from verse 25, you can see that the current price action has been bullish. And we had this move to the downside that broke structure. All right, so we have a break of structure here. Um, we had a break of structure and price had to retrace back into the range. So if we are using our fib, can see that after we broke the structure, price went above the 0.5%. We went from discount to premium. All right, so in premium, what do we discover? We have this fair value gap, which has been filled previously. And when we stretch that out, we have this other block right here, which price traded into the last two green candles here was a bearish order block. And when price traded right in there, we had a break of structure with a very little body, not a strong momentum. And we have candlestick wick rejections that swept liquidity. We broke structure to the downside here. And that was our market structure shift here for us. And after that, price has given us the liquidation of the week. All right, so price just came to sweep this low, failed to displace right below. Why? Because this is a bullish order block. All right, so we are trapped between this bullish order block and then this bearish order block. So price seems to be dangling up and down. But the more we zoom lower to the lower time frames, the picture becomes much more clearer. All right, so going on further, we have this up close candle here as a very shorter block. We traded right into it, and price seems to be trading to the downside. And when we move our other block, we have this zone here, which price is trying to mitigate. All right. And going down to our 4 hour, so we are still bearish. We are still bearish. Going down to our 4 hour, you can see that this is our 4 hour order block. Let me use the last one and leave this one here. And price has what? Engineered some nice liquidity here, which is going to target and sweep tap into the order block proper, and we will see if we can find an entry to the downside. So going down to our 1 hour, our 1 hour also is giving us some nice bullishness. We have this down close candle here as an order block. Why is a very valid one. We swept liquidity here and we had a market structure shift here, and we went ahead to have a break of structure. So this was a very valid zone for price to react from. All right, so this was a break of structure, but right after this break of structure, price went ahead and then broke the highs. And we had a fair value gap. We have these two down close candles as our order block. Price came back and it did exactly the same thing. Swept the liquidity here. And even this candle's weak. Tap into the order block. Gave us a market structure shift right here. And price seems to have returned into this bullish order block. All right. And as price return into that, we have these highs that failed, failure swings, which is liquidity point for price to target. So we have this liquidity point for price to target. And as we zoom to the lower time frame, it becomes much more clearer. But then even on the 1 hour, we can see price. This order block has a nice fair value gap. All right. A nice fair value gap. And this candle traded right back into the fair value gap. And we are seeing that push outside of the zone. All right. So when we go to the 30 minutes, it looks very nice. So we had a market structure shift. And we have, this was a break of structure. But right after that, we had a market structure shift, a market that engineered liquidity here. And then we have buy side liquidity here at the top also. And market or price is what pushing out of the zone. It's pushing out of the zone. So I'm of the view or the impression that price wants to visit the 4-hour order block proper before selling down. And inside of the 4-hour order block, we have this up close candle here. And we had price dance around it a bit. Price dance around it a bit before it rallies down. Okay. So we have some liquidity here, consolidation. This last up close candle has that liquidity, and I won't be surprised to see price go a bit further into that zone before we see that sell continuation to the downside. All right. So I'm expecting that strong push out of the zone and price hitting that area, and we look for sell confirmation to sell the zone. Because when we look at the zone, it's high probability because from here we were in an uptrend. So price swept liquidity inside of that order block and then immediately gave us a market structure shift right here. And after the market structure shift, price returned into this order block here. All right. Or we can use this last up close candle here as our order block, because that was what took liquidity according to what some people say. All right. So we have a market structure shift to the bottom here. And this was a liquidity sweep. This was a liquidity sweep. So I'll be expecting price to come and mitigate this area, sweeping these relative equal highs and selling down for that bearish continuation. So that is what I have. Let me take a screenshot. I love this analysis. On my 15 minutes, it looks almost exactly the same. And those of you that know a bull flag, this is a bull flag, all right? And it is clear. So we have liquidity build up. First touch, second touch, liquidity build up, but as price swept the low, tapped into the fair value gap and the order block, we see that consolidation and price is moving away from the consolidation. So I want to see that strong push that will push us into the zone. So that is VIX 25 for us. And let me save this. That is VIX 25 for us. So we are still bearish, but we are having a bullish structure now, or a bullish setup now. And that is what we are going to follow. So let me go to a different asset. Let me go to VIX 50. All right, so VIX 50, this asset has been bearish as well. All right, it's been bearish as well. We have price trending down in that fashion, but I see that as a liquidity build up. All right, buy side liquidity, which price is going to target? Which price is going to target? And let's mark our structure. So we have this break of structure to the upside, and the low that is responsible is this low, which price has retraced into sweeping this liquidity as an inducement, if you like. And right after, we are seeing that push to the upside. So all these are liquidity which price is going to target. Equal highs, which price is going to target even as it pushes outside. Even as it pushes outside. So going down to our 4-hour, we are just looking for, we are on the 24-hour, we are going down to our 4-hour to look for possible areas of entry, bullish or possible entries. And we can see that current price action has been bullish. We have that bullish structure. Nice one here. Nice one here. This was where price came to mitigate the order block. And let's just say we had our market structure shift. We don't have any clear. As we went past this bearish area, we can call this our market structure shifts. This was supply that failed, and price came back to mitigate the high of these candles. And then we are seeing the push away. So what can we find here? What opportunities can we find here? We keep breaking structure to the upside. Here, there was a break to the upside. There was a break to the upside. And here we had a break to the downside. All right. And now we are getting back up again. Now, as we came back down, price just came back into this tiny fair value gap, which acted as support. And price is pushing away, having engineered this 4-hour liquidity here as well, which price is going to target. So going down to our 1-hour, going down to our 1-hour, we can see that those breaks of structure clearly here. Clean up a bit. US top center. US top center. And we have this kind of bull flag that has been built up. All right. Price engineered this liquidity, having given us this bull flag right here. And price traded down into that fair value gap we saw on the 4-hour, and it's moving away. And it's moving away. So we have this fair value gap which price retraced into, and we are pushing out. We are pushing out. Hold on. Let me check something. Let me check something here. Okay, so let me go back. All right, so VIX 50 is bound to go up more. So where are we likely to find a setup? Okay, so I would wish if price is to come back down, we have this tiny down close candle here, 30 minutes order block. And we have this wick as our inducement or liquidity. Liquidity. And we have this fair value gap here too as well. So this is our order block. We have this fair value gap. We have this liquidity point, and you can buy here like that. Okay, so if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give me a like, send me a comment, and I'm going to reply. So that is VIX 50 for us. Let me go to the 15 minutes to see. So great. All right. So on our 15 minutes, we have this 15-minute order block here. And we have our fair value gap on top of that. So let's just say this is our entry. And this is our stop loss. And we hope to ride to the upside. We hope to ride to the upside. All right, so that is VIX 50 for us, and I'm not going to go down any further. Let me check our last asset, VIX 75, which I know maybe most of you trade. So VIX 75 from our daily time frame has been bearish as well. It's been bearish. Let me not go any further. It's been bearish. All right, so marking our structure, we have this break of structure right here. Price went ahead to break this structure again on our daily time frame. So let's just identify our order blocks or POI. This is the order block responsible for breaking this low. And this order block also gave us a break of this low, and price has engineered some liquidity here. Maybe if price is to come back to the upside, most likely we are going to sweep that high and tap into this upper zone proper before we sell. So this will be our first POI. This candle that went up there and swept liquidity here and gave us that break of structure. That becomes our interested POI. So we have 2 point of interest here. And we have this one here. So I would have loved to see price give us that push, or give us that push. Then I'm going to love to sell from that zone. If price decides to pull back deeply, that is what we should be expecting. All right, so that is what we should be expecting. So that is that for VIX 20. 75 one is, 75 proper. Okay, so that is the 75 proper. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frames. 4 hour. All right, so the 4 hour is also bearish from here. We are bearish, but currently what we can see is that price has given us this low as draw on liquidity, which price may target and sweep before. And what else do we have? We have, what else do we have? We have this as an order block. All right, so we traded into that, and market seemed to be moving to the downside. So if price manages to break this high, then we are going bullish. But for now, let's still frame our bias towards the downside. Let's see how price takes out this low. So we are framing a trade towards that low. See if price is going to take that low for us. So going down to our 1 hour. On 1 hour, we can see that this was where price went to retest the order block. All right, so it was bullish until price swept this liquidity and then gave us a market structure shift here by that candle body, confirmed by this candle's body. And that leaves us with an order block, the last up close candle here, or we can use the last bearish candle here that swept the liquidity. Whichever way. And we see that, so this move wasn't too convincing. Wasn't convincing. That is why price went up with that aggression, because we have this order block here with a nice fair value gap on top of that. This was the low of the fair value gap and the high somewhere here. So we were inside of that fair value gap and we had that push. We saw some kind of a consolidation till price finally decided to leave the zone. All right. Breaking structure here. So breaking structure there. Let me delete this one to make the chart clean. And since then, we have been going down. The goal is to hit this low. So as we broke down, price seems to be retracing. We have this down close candle as a very shorter block. But if that is to fail, then price is going to sweep this liquidity. And then maybe retest this last green candle here one more time before we push down. So if this zone fails, then I want to see something like this before we sell, but I'm expecting that price should sell from there to take this low. So maybe about 30 minutes. It looks dicey here. Why? Because we took liquidity here with this low. We failed to break below the low with the candle body, and we went ahead to break this high. So that was a market structure shift or a change of character here after this sweep of liquidity. Sell side liquidity. Sweep. So right after that, we had price moved that up. And here, as it went up, we have this last green candle here as a 30-minute order block. It took this liquidity here, and also went ahead to sweep this high. It looks very tiny, but we cannot overlook it. So what do we see? We are most likely going to see price push down from here, or we decide to grab more liquidity, tap into this zone proper before we sell. So it looks dicey. It looks dicey now. So it's well about 30 minutes down into the video, and I don't know if I'll be continuing with the next assets, but in case I don't, make sure you like the channel, subscribe, give me a comment. Your corrections are welcome as well. Your questions are welcome. And I'm going to get back to you on that. I'm going to get back to you on that. I'm going to get back to you on that. I'm going to get back to you on that. I'm going to get back to you on that. So inside of that 30 minutes, if you like, 30 minutes. Other block, we have this tiny fair value gap. So always zoom in well to see. And we had a break of structure here. It looks so tiny, but it's convincing. So that is how it looks like even on the 30 minutes. Let me make a copy. It's 75. Yeah. So let me go down 15 minutes. We are just refining our zone and we are targeting the low here. So 15 minutes, we have this last up close candle here that gave us this break of structure. And You have this fair value gap, and then you have that other block right there. So if price decides to break these zones, then we are likely to come back here, like I said, and sell down, and sell down, and sell down, and sell down, and sell down. And even on my 15 minutes, I may refine to this last up close candle. Sometimes if you refine too much, you're going to miss your entries, but that is fine. Let me see. That is fine. So this may be my last asset, very likely, so that I don't keep the video very long. So that I don't keep the video very long. All right, so this will be it for today. This has been easy for us. God bless you for staying with us. We'll come back with another video. Stay blessed.